Welcome to the AHH Pod. We your host, Big Mike. Got GB with me. Give me an ah. CBG Stance. Give me an ah. Kofi. Give me an ah. Let's get it. So this week the Raptors had a 2-2 week. The Raptors, they lost the Knicks. They lost to Atlanta. They beat the Spurs, and they beat Orlando yesterday. So let's get on it. So Raptors versus Spurs, man. That Siakam double triple in crunch time, bro.
I mean versus the Knicks.
Yeah.
The Knicks.
In the Garden, B.
It's terrible, bro. Honestly.
He doesn't know how to close. He doesn't know how to get down in those situations.
It's not crazy.
He doesn't know how to get down in those situations.
You just got the footage of the minute of the Siakam crunch time situation.
The compilation of
It's
it
just kind of crazy, yeah.
just fumbling.
A mistake like that is just he's in his own head.
Yeah.
For you to double dribble on the fast break 3-on-1, he's just in his own head right now. He needs to get out of it.
I think that's the new league too. Like everybody wants the three. You could have went to the basket.
Yeah.
And just drew the foul, or
Yeah.
Like in those situations, like you have to have that mentality, bro. Like the guy, like the F factor's not there, bro. If you're a star player, superstar player, those moments you thrive in those moments. You get brim like for those moments. And for you to double dribble in that moment, nah, I can't even like. When I think about those moments in stars, man, I think about like Jordan, Kobe, them, in those situations.
Like I think this is a little unfair to Siakam because it's like you just said closing, crunch time. You think about Jordan, Kobe. When I think of Siakam, I don't think of Jordan, Kobe.
You see what I'm saying?
I think of.
But some man,
our closer.
he's our closer for our team.
He's not a closer. Our closer is Fred. We keep getting down to this, but it's just Fred's pinch.
But some people argue with you that Siakam's our closer.
Well, because we keep giving him down ball in the closing time, but he's trash at it. I just think that they need to switch it up, but
We don't have an actual closer, so it's like kind of closer by default. But again, on that, it was a 3-on-1 fast break. He's coming down the middle. That's who's supposed to have the ball realistically. He's just supposed to make the right play. But again, I think he's in his own head because how you commit a double dribble on a fast break, I don't know.
I agree. Apart from that, out of the 5 clips that I saw for those 5 games, all those shots were in and out. Could have went either way. But the double dribble is unexcusable.
Yeah.
That one I can't defend.
Raptors can keep taking these L's. This is what I want.
Tank Nation. That's what
Tank
I want to
Nation.
do. To me, like those situations, when we're young bulls and we're in those like countdowns, like we're not fucking up in those moments, bro.
Yeah.
Like, bro, imagine squad up. GB fucked up in those games. He's sick. We batting them up.
Sick.
My closer. You don't know my closer.
Closer.
Go close the highlights, bro. But you know what I mean. So that was bad to see. Lost to New York. That was a winnable game. Kyle came back that game. Kyle looked good.
Yeah.
Kyle looked real good. So
the Atlanta game.
Next.
We lose to Atlanta with no Fred. I mean, with no Trae Young. I think Fred didn't even play that game either.
We didn't have Fred or Lowry.
But still,
we got punched down by the big man, Capella, bro. We're like in 2020.
Honestly, talented bigs give us some work.
Work, fam.
It's not even talented though. He's just sturdy.
I think he's talented at what he does.
He just bodies.
He can't keep getting these numbers. He's having some crazy numbers.
Energetic. He knows for the ball.
Yeah.
And then the man on that team just love to throw him the lobs.
Yeah. He's also had the luxury of like 2 elite point guards in his career.
Yeah. That game, Bogdanovich should have on us too.
Cooked.
He went to work. Even that the backup point guard, Goodwin.
Yeah.
Like, how do you make Goodwin drop 18? That cheesed me still. But on the Raptors, like, Siakam had a good game. He was efficient. 30 points, 6 and 7, 13 for 19.
Solid night.
It's not bad, but
Gary Trent was struggling that game.
He slowed down a little this
Yeah.
year.
I don't know if Brandon been beeping it, but Gary Trent and Siakam, like, the chemistry is a little off.
It's gonna take time though. Because these guys haven't played together. Plus, I know Gary Trent's probably trying to like show out, trying to get that bread.
I was gonna say that. I think it's like a little bit of when you know you're the guy and you can feel someone else on your heels, and like already Lowry, Fred, the coaching staff, they're already speaking so highly of Gary Trent. So, and Siakam's obviously, like we just talked about earlier, he hasn't been proving that he's worth all this money, right? So I feel like it's a little bit of both. Like,
Yo, I seen Siakam wave off Trent a couple of times. I'm like, yo, he's feeling it still. Like, yo, he doesn't want.
he's feeling the pressure, but like State said too, like it takes time for chemistry, right? It doesn't just happen overnight. So there are very few times where things just happen like that. Like that Boston year was probably one of the few times we've seen like chemistry just happen like
But
overnight.
even they were like getting the training camp. They remember what's his name? Doc Rivers took where'd they take him to? Where'd they go?
They were like
They
in
went
Europe
OT
and
stuff like that. They started man had them tap into the Mobutu. Remember that?
Yeah,
Like
Mobutu, yeah.
Honestly,
the
right now,
friendship or whatever.
with Gary Trent, like right now he's just a scorer.
Mm-hmm.
So if his shots aren't going in, he doesn't really do much else.
Yeah.
Like he's not a playmaker.
He
He's
works
not.
hard defensively, but
Yeah.
I get
Yeah,
what
he
you
But
works
like
hard,
he's,
he's not.
he's just like, at this point he's just a scorer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like when his shots not going in, it could get a little rough out
He
there.
has to get better playmaking stuff. That's why I feel like it's giving more opportunity to play make for others too. You know?
He's still young.
And then Kofi's crow, Malachi Flynn, bro.
My guy.
Man,
He
had a
is
one-
tough.
Yo, he's
Bro,
nice,
he's
bro.
tough.
He's nice.
I like his demeanor still. You know,
Like
like
he has the Fred demeanor.
Yeah,
he's
Fred,
he's another one,
the
bro.
Fred and Lowry class.
Yo,
I like it.
his
He's another
demeanor
one, bro.
has
I
me.
love it.
Everything about him like just has me.
Another one.
Everything about him. Like after I see the draft night, when I seen the picture of everybody like
The wife beating the denim.
yo,
Yeah.
had me. How your bomb dudes and a wife beating her denim? Like,
Malachi had a good week too. Yeah. And then
The last
Spurs.
Oh, the Spurs game. The Spurs game had me. Yo, we played that big lineup.
Yo, I was sick to my stomach.
Sick.
I was the Spurs game.
Yeah,
I was
but
sick
it's
to my stomach.
Lock the Spurs.
Yeah.
Lock the Spurs.
Yo,
DeMar
that
let me
game,
down again.
Raptors.
DeMar's not even in the city and he's still letting me down.
yo, DeMar hurt me. Yo, you know who's washed? Rudy Gay.
Yo,
Yo,
they
he
were
was
down
washed.
like 4 at one
Yo.
point. His ball went out to him and he caught it. And you know Rudy Gay's form looks pure.
Yeah,
So he pulled it at the top of the 3 and I was like, woo! And it just like, it was like a Carlton Banks moment.
yeah, Jesus
Made me
still.
sick.
Yo, Rudy Gay was part of that. He was part of that. Wasn't it the Aldridge, Bargnani,
yeah.
most of those guys are out of here. So you know what I mean?
Yeah. He stayed in
Shout out to Rudy, still getting his coins,
Yeah.
still
No,
producing in
still
the
getting-
league, man.
Still making checks.
He's doing his thing.
Doing this thing, bro.
That game was Ken Birch. I think that's his first game he started for us, man.
Mhm.
He had 14 and 6 career high. He tied a career high, sorry. OG had 22.
Yo,
Chris Boucher 12 and 12. Siakam 20 and 11. Malachi Flynn 16, 4 and 7. Pretty solid.
Honestly, I'll admit, Ken Birch is better than I thought.
Yo,
I
you see
told
what I'm
you.
saying?
I
You see
told
what I'm
you last
saying?
week.
You see what I'm saying? Yo,
He's
shout out
better.
Kevin Birch. You done though. Don't shut up.
I give
Again.
it to him. I give it
Oh
to him.
man.
We
Yo, bro, Ken Birch, yo, he boards, his self defense is elite,
Yeah.
and yo, he can bang a mid-range jumper.
Yeah.
Middy's kind of neat.
Yo, I was watching the game and he banged like 3 or 4 middies, and I'm like, whoa. And in the press conference, he's like, yo, Orlando had me in a box.
Yeah.
Yo, I have more to my game. Toronto's unlocking that. The coaching staff is looking at me when I don't shoot. The first couple games, like, yo, what are you dealing with? So, like, confidence is crucial. So, shout out Kevin Birch, man. He was solid.
Wata had me that game.
And the Spurs?
Yeah, Watanabe, he had me.
Yeah.
He was decent. He was quality.
That me last
Yo,
year.
speaking of the Orlando game, Wata! Yo, saved the man in that second quarter. Yeah, Raptors punched on Orlando.
Shout out to Wata. I didn't know he had the 1 foot off leg floater package off the window. Shout you out, man.
Man's like
Man.
Paul Watson.
Crow.
That came out of
Came
nowhere.
out of nowhere. Yo, the Raptors fine Mandem, eh? The undrafted Mandem?
They have the gems, man. Shout out to Simon Bucket.
We're Spurs East, bro.
Spurs East.
Spurs
still.
East.
Spurs East for sure. You know what I mean? That game yesterday was a good game. Who else hooped for us today?
It was pretty much Paul. Fred had a rough game.
Yeah,
Paul
Just getting his
was
feet wet,
Mhm.
back from injury and
You
suspension.
know who was cheating me that game? Even though we won?
Mm.
Stanley Johnson was cheating me.
The turnovers, right?
Yeah, like it's like he's trying to move like he's like Mini Brown. Guy from the board trying to run down. I see
And he
him
did it in I think he did it in back-to-back quarters.
Yes, he did. He did. And like the way Nurse yanked him, yo, yeah, he was cheating. But that was a good win. It was a good. I didn't want it to win that game, but I knew they were gonna win that game. But yeah,
Decent week.
Yeah, that's decent.
so yeah, decent for the Raps. So right now the Raps are actually in the playing game to the 10th seed right now because the Bulls are shitting up the bed.
10th seed?
Yeah, the Bulls are shitting the bed. Levine's gone for like 4 more weeks.
Yeah.
So like, honestly, how do you guys feel about the playing? I don't want Raptors to be in the playing. I do not want them to.
Yeah.
I want them to get the highest pick they can.
Yeah.
So them being in the plane just to get punched on by a Philly or Brooklyn is just stupid to me.
Yeah.
So stupid. So I don't know. How do you guys feel, man?
I don't want to see them in the playing game because once it gets time to the playing game, they're not gonna rest these guys anymore. And a healthy Raptors team, I think we could beat whoever's like 7th or 8th, which I do not want to see because I want us to get the best pick possible and just start the rebuild.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I want us to get the best pick possible. There's a couple of mans, like I said before, in this draft that I like that I can see on the Raptors. And like us winning these pointless games is cheating me. Like we're beating ourselves up, end up getting like a 10th, 11th pick, and then get some.
I mean, the organization is trying the best they can to help us tank, but once the guys get out there, the players aren't going to give up games, so it's going to be tight all season.
They annoyed me though. We should have traded Kyrie.
Yeah,
we all knew what was gonna happen.
But they were basically saying like, I seen something on Masai saying like there was no good shooters for him, and we weren't getting enough.
But at the end of the day, no, because there was shooters. We were not getting enough. But my thing is, how much do we really need back for Kyle Lowry at this point? Like, what are we gonna get? People were like, okay, there was the Duncan Robinson thing, and everybody said, no, I don't want him, and whatever. Like, what's the other? We had a couple of young like forwards on the team, but we wanted Tyler Herro.
That's what the deal.
And everybody bro,
we don't need heroes still.
Well, maybe
Masai would be in.
Maybe Masai feels like.
You don't think so? Not that we don't need him, but why wouldn't you want him?
Because like we have Trent and stuff. I think Duncan would be perfect.
No, well,
wait. Hold on.
We wanted
him. If you had Trent or Hero, you're taking Trent?
I'm taking Trent over here.
Interesting.
Well, Miami wasn't giving him up anyway.
Are you taking Trent or Hero?
You think Hero's better?
I'll probably take.
I'm taking Gary Trent.
I'm taking Gary Trent, man.
I think it's close, but we could have had them both. So
I think
but I'm asking, if they were just both up for grabs, nothing, you can have one or the other.
Who do you think makes more money on the open market?
No, that's not what I'm asking.
No, but that's a question though, because if you have to get somebody, it means that you're gonna have to take something.
I think I'm going Hero.
I'm going Hero.
So.
How much do you think? But how much do people think he's really gonna get on the open market? Because he's name brand now.
Tyler Herro.
The price is up. It's stuck, like it's not.
To be honest, the only thing I think Trent's better than Hero in is just defensively. Other than that, I don't think he's better than Hero in anything.
You think
he's a better scorer?
If he's a better shooter,
Tyler Hero's a better
slightly.
I think Tyler Hero's a better shooter than. But I think
Trent might be a better
Trent's
three-point shooter.
No, I think Trent's
Hero's a better scorer.
How would you feel about Gary Trent?
Hero. Trent can't get his own basket.
No,
he cannot get his own basket. Hero does not need to pick and roll.
He didn't get
Put a man on the island and he's working.
He got 40 in the NBA game.
I hate
20 shots.
Trent?
Yeah.
Okay, no, I'm not saying that he can't. I'm just saying Hero does it better.
No, I get you, bro.
Hero was able to unlock his game a little bit. Remember, Trent was with Dame and McCollum.
Yeah.
He couldn't get jiggy. Him just coming on the Raptors got a small sample size of what he can do.
So my thing is,
I hear
Jimmy Butler is the most unselfish superstar in the league.
Yeah.
Right? So my thing is, you take Gary Trent. What to do? It's not like this guy went to like South Tech, right? He didn't go to like Appalachian State.
Power 5.
So you take him and you put him in that same situation in Miami where they're testing your body fat and all that. I'm not saying he's doing. I think he would do just as valuable of a job. Not as pretty.
Yeah.
Because Tyler Herro has to handle and everything. White boy, they love him and all that bull.
I just think Trent doesn't have that like
wiggle. Everybody likes wiggle.
Yeah.
Everybody loves wiggle.
I feel like what Tyler Herro is what he's gonna be for his career. We haven't seen what Trent can do yet.
That's why I disagree. Because like if you put him right now, he's in Miami, so he's going to be forced to have to play defense eventually, right? Mm-hmm. Right now, you can hide him a little bit, but when it gets to the point where Duncan has to be in the closing five because he's a shooter, Herro has to be on for defensive purposes. He can't just be. They can't hide both of them.
No, facts.
Right? So his defense is only going to get better.
Yeah, serviceable.
So I think like
Trent plays better defense.
He does. No,
but the only reason why I wanted what's his name,
Trent?
Duncan Robinson in the trade was because I don't want guys. Duncan Robinson feels like a man that will come here and stay. To me. Tyler Herro feels like he wants that.
Yeah, he needs to be in my.
He wants that. I want that big market. I want all that. I don't care about that nowadays.
Yeah.
Because these men, when I see them at the ballers with the IG girls and all that, all right, you're not seeing it.
Tyler Herro's from like Wisconsin, so if we go from Wisconsin to South Beach, and he went mud in the bubble, different. The life.
Yeah, the price is up on him. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'd rather have the guys for the low that I feel will come and they'll do a job and he's a specialist.
I'm just talking about from a standpoint of like,
but
who I think is gonna be better.
Yeah, okay. If you say that, then I agree with you.
Because like, what I've seen from Herro is, you can't teach that no fear stuff. Yeah, you can't teach that.
Yeah, that's facts because that's facts. Honestly, like imagine you're playing ball and going against Giannis.
Yeah,
like you're dribbling, coming up, and dribble,
and
sidestepping it. Like what?
And he can actually play me.
Yeah.
Trent cannot do.
How do you guys feel about the playing tournament formula they're trying to put on?
I love
it one by one.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
It adds more competition coming down the stretch. Less incentive for teams to tank. So,
especially like how many times have we seen it? Especially in the Western Conference. How many times have we seen like remember when the Western Conference everybody used to have 50 wins?
Yeah.
Now you miss the playoffs
by
and
like
47 wins.
By like a game.
Right? So I love this stuff because honestly it's now it's like if there's 10 teams that are sick, imagine or a man gets injured. Like let's say the Lakers. Imagine Brown and flipping AD were out the whole year.
Yeah, and
they slowly came back in the 9 and they finished 10th. You want Brown out the playoffs? Like who's gonna want to watch?
Yeah.
So
I just think it's not fair to the teams that work hard all season to fight for the 8 spots they were supposed to get, and then a team that's like in 10th place has 2 good games and then takes your spot. Yeah. That's the only thing I don't like from it.
When you say like they worked hard, and if you're like a game above like whoever's 9th, how hard did you really work? Work harder, get a 6 seed.
I'm just saying like, because you have to look at it from like a scheduling standpoint too. Like we don't know the schedule. How many of you had a serious last 20 games? You played all teams over 500. You played all the top teams in the East. You played all the top teams in the West. You worked hard to get the 8, and now you have to play the playing game.
But your first 20 were easy.
Yeah.
So it's
I don't know. I don't like it.
It makes.
I just feel like why am I working so hard for a team in 9th to now come and say we're in this? Like you shouldn't be in here.
But if you're better than those teams, you should beat them.
Yeah. But anything can happen in a 1-game series.
But this is why it's fun.
It's facts.
That's why you want to watch. It's fun.
I like it because it takes away like the whole tanky thing, resting mans. Every game is meaningful down the stretch. Because back down the stretch, mans will rest mans and.
I hear you. What about if you're doing it something like strategically? You're playing for like the 7th seed or let's just say you're in the 1st seed and you're looking at what's happening, and then you see a team finishing in 8th, and that's your favorable matchup. Then the 10th seed comes out of nowhere, beats the 8th seed, lands in 10th, and it's not a favorable matchup.
No, but listen.
I finished in 1st so that I was gonna play this seed, not that I was gonna play this seed.
For that 10th team to make it to the playoffs, they gotta beat the 8th team twice.
Back to back.
Yeah,
so if you lose to them twice, maybe you shouldn't have been
there.
Because this is basketball where like the best team usually wins.
Yeah.
This is not like other sports where like
but even if that was to happen, like if I'm the 1st seed on Brim, Raptors beat out Charlotte and Raptors are the 8th seed. Philly's laughing. Philly's gonna punch.
Yo,
you're laughing. You're punching.
I'm still better raps.
Of course.
Still better raps, bro.
So that's crazy, man. Sad news. Sad NBA news. LaMarcus Aldridge retired. Health reasons instead of irregular heartbeat. So retired, man. Like
scary,
man.
Prayers for his family, man.
Shout out to Aldridge, though.
Good career, great career actually. I'd say.
Yeah, great career.
Gotta put your health first.
Yeah,
health first.
Special.
You made a lot of money. He's Gucci.
Big bag.
I mean,
Just kind of sucks that this could have been the year they won
He
the
won a chip,
championship.
right?
Yeah.
To clean up. I feel like if he would won the chip, he would have retired at young good.
Yeah, he might have.
You know?
Especially if he knew this was going on. I don't think did anybody know that was going on.
I don't know.
I think it's new to him.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's new to him.
Because he said like what, he just went into the game and he had a regular heart.
Yeah, he felt fun.
So
wow.
yeah, especially with COVID going on, it's kind of like one of those
It's
ones
a little bit sticky, yeah.
where you never know. You know what I mean? Jason Tatum said the other day, what did he say?
He's just now getting his breathing back.
Kyrie had to
He
yes,
uses an inhaler.
Yeah.
So you never know, especially like all these places are spiking with second wave this and people in their 30s and 50s are catching it
Not
even worse now.
different strands and all that stuff. So
It's crazy how like the COVID affects everybody differently. That's what's messed up.
That's what you never know. You can't gauge it.
Yeah, you can't gauge it, so that's sticky. When where do you guys was Aldridge was one of the best power forwards in his time still.
Yeah. I feel like for a certain time, I think he probably was. He was the best.
Cause his era was his time not era. His time was with him, Amari, Blake.
Was Amari? I
think-
feel like Amari's a little bit before.
Yeah, Amari's go too. Cause Aldridge came in 06.
06, 07.
I feel like right
Amari was
after like
2000.
when Amari kind of fell off in New York,
That's
and
when-
like even like Bosh was kind of falling off too.
That's
and
when Aldridge.
that's when I feel like Aldridge. It was like I feel like it was like Aldridge and like Blake, Blake, and Kevin Love, but Kevin Love wasn't winning games.
Yeah, so imagine rated.
So yeah,
Let's put it up numbers. So yeah, he was the best power forward at that point then.
at that point,
I
I believe so.
I think he had the biggest bag, like in terms of like I could pull out this and that, but I thought Blake Griffin was better.
Then Aldridge.
I don't know because even if you look at it, like Blake Griffin scored more points, rebounds are similar, right? Me personally, I felt like there was never a point in time where LaMarcus Aldridge was a top 5 player in the league.
Top
But
10.
when you say you feel like Blake was better, like at what? Because Blake, he was more athletic. Didn't have a better jumper. Didn't have a better post game.
No.
Defensively, he's not really much of anything either. So
I think I thought like I don't know. I just
maybe activity-wise, defensively, Blake was probably better. And I think rebounding.
Rebounding,
Rebounding,
they're similar. Blake Griffin's a little bit better of a
I
rebounder.
don't think Lob City Blake Griffin was better than Aldridge.
no,
I don't know.
I don't see any Blake Griffin as better than Aldridge.
I don't know. I think Blake Griffin at one point in time, like what, 2013, 14, 15, Blake Griffin I thought was a better player than LaMarcus Aldridge. LaMarcus Aldridge was not. Like,
But what do you like? What
He
made
was-
him a better player to
he
you?
was getting MVP consideration. He was like a legitimate MVP consideration. He was fourth, finished third in MVP one year.
Who?
Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin was third or fourth in MVP one year. LaMarcus Aldridge has never been considered in the MVP conversation. I feel like if you fall into that category, you're considered better.
It could be a popularity vote.
Maybe, yeah.
And Clippers were always a better regular season team.
Yeah.
So that helps with it too. But
That's true.
yeah.
Well, I just remember like Aldridge, his post game was like he had the best post game in the mid to late 2000s.
Post game.
Mid-range.
Him versus Aldridge, that Aldridge Dwight Howard series, the Houston Portland series,
Yeah, he was dropping back-to-back
40s.
50s.
but he was getting 50 put back on him.
By who?
Dwight Howard's putting 40 on him. Dwight
No.
Howard, pull up the numbers. Let's look at the numbers.
Yeah?
Go through the conversation. But it was back to back. Like one guy was dropping 30, next guy was dropping 35. That was a tight series. But yeah, honestly, I don't know. It's hard for him. But you know, he had a good career. Shout out to Aldridge. You know, I would have retired too after I seen what Joel Embiid did to the Nets.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? I'm just joking. It's all funny, you know what I mean? But like, shout out to Lamar. he had a good career.
Yo, he was mad still.
Who?
Aldridge was mad.
And that's
Show
it?
you.
Yo, 46 and 20.
Come on.
Game one.
Wow.
And
What happened on the other side?
um,
No, he was 46 and 18. I know, it was crazy. They won by 2. But
The box score.
it's tough when you pull up these box score numbers. That was the team of him, Damian Lillard, Nicholas Batum, still stealing checks. He was balling though.
Batum's is it?
But shout out to James Harden because that team was mud. That team was
Pat Beverly,
Chandler Parsons. My dog Terrence Jones.
It's crazy Jones, bro.
Like, look at the team that they were pulling to the playoffs. James Harden doesn't get enough credit.
Yeah, he had 46, 18. Dwight had 27 and 15. No, Aldridge was a problem, man.
27 and 15 is a good game too, though.
Yeah.
And so if a man said, yo, I put 27 and 15 on Mike, you'd be sick.
Yeah, I'll be sick, so.
But like Harden at that point, like Harden and Dwight, like Dwight wasn't doing anything. It was legit Harden blow by, toss it up, or
that's
like
the same thing we can say about Clinton.
Yeah, it basically was.
Is Clint Capella doing anything really? Like, that's why I don't think, I like Clint Capella. I was drafting him in fantasy and stuff like that. I know he's gonna ball up, but he just doesn't have tools. There's too much. He has rebounding, putbacks.
Yeah. So yeah, that was that stuff. Then Curry's been on a mountain.
Yeah, you
Steph
had
Curry?
a crazy.
He's
Like,
been on fire.
like 2 weeks.
Now.
Wardell,
Curry.
Is he the best PG in the league?
easy. Unless if you don't consider James Harden a point guard, he's like best point guard. If you want to say the Chris Paul because the effect, I won't argue with nobody about the Chris Paul thing because Chris Paul's just like I don't know how he keeps getting it done.
I guess if you want to say like pure point guard.
But if you want to say
is Luka a point guard?
they're all PGs, man. Luka had 12 assists last night, man. What do you want?
But is he? But do you point guard? Do you classify him as?
I classify him as a PG.
Okay.
He runs the one. He runs the plays.
I don't think Luka Doncic is better than Steph Curry. Oh no. I still think the Steve Kerr thing.
That's a joke. You know what? That's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
No, I'm gonna give it to Steph. Steph's proven.
Fam, it's so the range this guy gets. Like when you walk into the gym, you have to guard it.
You do.
Half court.
Will you?
Draws the defense.
That Curry.
So wait, then you have Steph over Luka, right? So you have Curry over Harden, or you have
I
Harden
said
over Curry?
if you want to say James Harden's a point guard,
I'm gonna keep Harden as a 2.
right? If you want to do that conversation,
He's the
'cause
one.
I've been arguing.
Even Kyrie said I'm the 2.
No, but yeah,
He's the one.
but I've been arguing James Harden's been a point guard for years. I've been thinking that he's a point guard. But if you want to have that conversation, then yeah, James Harden's probably the best point guard in the league, right? Because James Harden wasn't going into those those Western Conference Finals playing beside Klay Thompson.
Yeah,
He
I
wasn't
think
playing.
Harden's the best point guard in the league. So I think he's the best point guard in the league.
But Steph Curry's like doing something different.
Yeah, he's doing something different.
Steph's probably Steph and Lillard.
But why is
Who? Steph better than Lillard? I don't
Yo,
think he's better than
honestly, I've said this for a while.
Why not?
I don't think he's better than Lillard. I never did. Even when they were winning,
It's just hard to say he's not. That's the only thing.
my thing is like the accolades mean anything.
But that's the thing, because everyone can say, oh, Steph's better than Lillard. He has championships. Personally, championships means nothing in terms of your individual
success.
But he has the MVPs too.
Yeah.
How much he has two?
But again, he has
I
MVPs
thought
based
he
off
had
of team success.
Team success.
But I think I think it goes hand in hand a little bit on the subject.
So you have the first overall pick. Who you taking? Steph?
Who's gonna go play?
That's crazy.
Like that's why
I like Harrison over Kyrie still.
but getting back to the Kyrie. Kyrie's so talented, right? He has everything.
Everything, bro.
He has everything. But my thing is, between your head, and yeah, you can. My thing is, he can go on and confuse it with the whole like fake positive vibes thing, and how bro, it cheeses me because honestly, Kyrie Irving, he comes out like he always makes it seem like he's so much smarter than you. It's the same man telling you that the Earth's flat. Like, there's something to be said about this guy. But that's why I can't put good money on the bet on the Nets winning the chip.
Cause you think you're not gonna show up?
He doesn't show up for work. The man that's paid, he doesn't show up for work.
Even his situation with shooter when shooter called the N-word or whatever, this man didn't play the next day.
Fam, and yo,
I wish like my dog KG was in the league right now. Yo, KG would torment him.
Yo, and you know what made me laugh? Because everybody was trying to say something about Ramadan, and like shout out to all my Muslims out there. And the man was saying something about Ramadan, and because Ramadan just started,
Mm-hmm.
and Kyrie was missing games, and people are talking about he's fasting during Ramadan. Hakeem Olajuwon used to get better playing during Ramadan. It said he only drank water all day. He didn't even eat yet, and his numbers are getting higher. He's
the soccer leagues are taking breaks during games for the players to eat stuff. So I won't use that.
Kyrie's whatever, man.
But I like Kyrie though.
Kyrie or Iverson?
He has the reason why I play ball, so it's not even up for debate.
Iverson. Again, I think Kyrie's like probably more skilled in terms of like what he could do on the ball court, but Iverson's there every day. Kyrie, bro, you don't know when he's gonna show up.
Me and States and Madam were talking about this. Iverson took an all defensive team to the finals.
He's
playing with broken hands, broken pinkies.
As a kid, I used to see him run into the paint, and he'd get hit, fall down, and then he'd get back up, and then he would do it again, and do it again, and keep on doing it. And this is in the league this is not in the league where you blow on a man's neck back, and they call flagrant 2. Like this is like.
No, but these reps are.
They used to send you back.
That's a topic for next week.
That's why I feel bad. No, I don't feel bad, but like the Armando, like our favorite ball players from the 2000s, if they're to play in this era, like imagine like a T-Mac in this era.
Oh yeah, T-Mac.
Probably average 45.
Darren Williams,
Iverson.
my favorite point guard.
My favorite Pete.
Yeah, GB knows
that. I love D-Will.
Darren Williams used to get.
Honestly, that whole Utah squad was
busy.
Karolinko.
Who was it
Brewer, Rodney Brewer.
Okur off the bench. Oh my god, AK-47. Are you crazy?
They beat the Waverly team. I was sick when they beat the
Waverly team was tough though.
But it was my dogs.
So the Boston Celtics are on a month right now, 5-game winning streak. Do you think they can make a run?
Definitely.
I think they can make a run still.
I don't see
the matchups.
Hell
no. I don't see it.
Nah?
I think they caught a lot of teams slipping.
Yeah.
Who they beat? They beat Denver. Jamal Murray was out, I think. Who else they beat? They beat the Lakers with the Lakers bench.
So beat Portland.
They beat Portland. No, Portland. Bro, it's a jig, man. It's a jig, and like shout out to Portland. Because they're playing good, and like Tatum's talking about like how he should perform now. Jaylen Brown, shout out to him, and like Marcus Smart's playing better. Tristan, a Brampton man. Shout out to Tristan.
TT.
Yeah, he's playing. He's getting into rotation. He's playing some minutes. They have the time Lord or whatever. Robert Williams. He's playing better, but like.
Bro, I think they'll do it, man.
I think their game is too predicated off of like
those two matches.
Like and just jump shots and like kind of living out in the perimeter, which I feel like once things kind of tighten up, they don't want to see Miami again. They don't want to see
anybody, to be honest.
I was watching them too, and it hurts me to say this, but Kemba fell off.
Kemba's been falling.
Kemba, fam. He doesn't like.
No,
but also. You guys have to understand too that like he's not the guy on the team.
Yeah.
So he doesn't really get to be like. Cause imagine like you're a guy. You just came off an All NBA season. You get traded to the Celtics. Man, those guys. You can't just go in your bag and be the guy you're supposed to be.
A lot of their like all three of them actually, their game is kind of like predicated, or Tatum and Kemba is more predicated off of iso ball. So for Kemba to do Kemba things, everyone else needs to be standing around while he just kind of gets jiggy, and it's not gonna work over there.
It's tough, man. It's tough. I wouldn't say he fell off, but I would say he's put in a tough situation, and he also has.
But his body's starting to fail.
His body's starting to break down. Getting older. Yeah.
That's why Charlotte didn't sign him. Because Charlotte,
they
were like arguing over a couple of M's or something like that. But that's the reason why they didn't sign him.
But in Charlotte's defense too, man, they have like 3 good young guards.
No, but this was before they even got those guards really like that, because they didn't have those guys. You didn't have Melo on the squad. Devontae Graham, I don't even think he was really playing like that. And Rozier was on Boston, right? So, but the thing was, it was the knees. Well, they didn't want to. I'm not giving a point guard who you're not even really like. He's good, right? But what's his peak? His ceiling. His ceiling's not that high. It's like his ceiling's like a bungalow. You know what I'm saying? Real talk, like no, but in terms of like Steph Curry, right? He has the wiggle, he has the bounce, he's speedy, he's a little bit taller, he can guard dude. Like certain guys have the juice and you can see it. Like Kemba, I think he's still living off of the step back.
Yeah. I hear you.
You don't even do the step back no more.
He doesn't do it no more.
No, because of the knees.
No, I think he spent too much time in Charlotte. They wasted too many of his years.
Long.
Yeah, he
Way
wasted.
too
Yo, I was watching this guy. I'm like, yo, this is not Kemba. Like, it's like, and then like,
I think it's a bit of both, man.
He has like knee surgeries after every season.
It's the knees.
I think it's a bit of both.
Eventually, it kind of catches up with you.
I think it's a bit of both.
And honestly, I think Danny ain't ruined that team.
Yeah.
Because how many years is he gonna keep sitting on draft picks? And then, remember, they won't trade. They won't trade for Kawhi because they don't want to give up draft picks. They won't trade for Paul George when Paul George was in Indiana because they don't want to give up the Brooklyn Nets draft pick that turned into something garbage, right? They didn't. Oh no, that turned into what's it called? They turned into Colin Sexton because the Cavs ended up getting the draft pick from
Sacramento.
The Cavs ended up getting the draft pick from the Kyrie Irving trade.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, you sat there affording all these draft picks, and then time comes to you trade the draft picks for players, and then you don't do it, and then you're still trying to act like you're a chef.
What's going on? You're still on the whole draft capital BS, you know?
I don't know. I think he's just timid.
Yeah. So, yo, I want to start this new segment called What's on Your Mind. Talk about anything that's on your mind, NBA, any sports related thing, anything that's on your mind, and just for me, I want to talk about Pascal Siakam because people hit me up all the time like, yo, Roger Mayhem, Mike, what's wrong with you?
Go in.
Yo, Siakam fucking sucks. He's a role player. He's a role player. You guys watch the game.
Big Mike's.
Yeah, this is Big Mike.
Not this is every day.
You guys watch the games. You guys see how he plays. I know you guys yell at the TV. He sucks. He's a super role player. You put too much on his plate that he couldn't handle. And I'm sick. You guys have to be sick. Stop defending the man. The man's not a legit shooter. The man's handles aren't even that sick. He has one spin move that everyone stops. Like, he's a super role player. Please, people. Like, wake up. Like, wake up and see what he is for who he is. And stop expecting too much from Pascal Siakam. Please.
That's what it's the expectations. Like,
they expect too much from the man.
But if it wasn't Pascal, and does a super role player suck? No, he's good. You need him on the team.
You need him
but
on the
it's
team.
because of the expectations people have for him. I don't have those same expectations for him. So I don't look at him like he's trash or he sucks or whatever. He's just a good role player that happened to be kind of like our second leading scorer behind Kawhi. And they just, people assume now he's supposed to be
And I
Kawhi.
always say this, I'm like, yo, if you're playing with that 2019 team, when you're the third, fourth option, when teams aren't game planning for you, everything is fucking sweet. Yo, everything is lovely. Like, you have a different bounce to you. Like, it's all smiles and ha, he, ha, ha. When those men go, like, you see Siakam now frowning, arguing with refs, arguing with staff, swearing at nerfs, cussing at nerfs, sick. Yo, bro, you're not built for that. Star role. Just be a role player and just be a piece for a championship team. That's what's on your mind.
That's not him though.
Yeah,
that's not him doing these things.
He's like a C-class order.
He's a role player, but there's man hitting me up saying, yo, Siakam is nice. Yo, I'm not gonna say this man's name, but yo, man, literally, we went at it for like an hour. He's like, yo, you're downplaying Siakam. He still has room to grow. The man's 27.
He's old.
He is who he is. Like, what's he gonna grow into? What else is there to grow? You know what I mean? And that's what's on my mind. Yo, Gibby, what's on your mind?
What's on my mind is, I'm honestly, this is off topic, but it's on my mind. I'm really loving like the state of like sports in general during the whole pandemic. I'm just happy that there's sports for us to watch. And we're still gamble on. Yeah, we're still, like these are trying times. Like we're having conversations with our friends and family about how people are having jobs, especially in Ontario. For all like anybody that's not listening, that's from Canada, but we're in a serious lockdown right now. Like we're not allowed to go outside. We're not allowed to do anything. So I'm very happy that we have at least sports to look in, to watch and gamble on and enjoy. And I'm just loving the state of MLB's back, NHL's back, NBA's back.
Playoffs.
We got the Masters going on. We got tennis. Like whatever you have is like whatever you want to watch, you can do it. So I'm happy that's on my mind. I'm happy my family's healthy. I'm happy my dogs are healthy.
Amen.
You know what I mean? So that's on my mind.
Gibson, would you be just as happy if you were losing these bets?
No,
because we're winning. We are winning.
We are cashing out. You know what I mean? Winner, gang. You know the NHL's booming for the kids. You feel me? But that's what I'm happy about, man. That's what's on my mind.
Speaking about picks, everyone that keeps hitting, we're not giving free picks. If you want picks, send the bread. I'm gonna give you the email, and then you'll get food.
And if you win, make sure you tag the podcast.
You
don't know what it is.
If you want the fucking food, send the loot. If you want the food, send the loot.
I've been getting hit on the side saying, GB's fraudulent. Like, man, I'm looking at GB like,
hometown. They look at you like, now.
Anybody who thinks I'm fraudulent, holla at me. I'm gonna give you a parlay. Free parlay on me. Holla at me. Slide in my DM. You already know what it is. Slide in my DM. I'm gonna give you a parlay for the day. If you hit, don't ever crack to me again. Just take the money and go.
I feel like when GB comes here with the Raptors, it's all a facade. Because there's parlays, bro.
What? No Raptors.
Bro.
No Raptors.
There's parlays, bro.
Betting again.
Ching. That's all I'm gonna say. Ching.
I don't bet on the Raptors. To be honest, for everyone listening, I love Toronto teams, so I'm biased. But everything else.
So when it comes to the pick segment, they shouldn't listen to you?
Take me in. Just, sometimes, you know the race of the tortoise and the hare? Start slow and, you know what I mean? We're gonna end off good, don't worry.
Only payout only is it. Only fucking payout only. CB, what's on your mind?
Okay, let's keep it sports related. There's too much going on in the world, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to
Brother Chris.
I'm not trying to get into that. Get too deep into that. So let's try to tie what's going on in my brain. Like obviously, like everything was going on in Minnesota. You know what I mean? Chicago, all these shootings, cops shooting people, everything like that. The NBA. When I was listening to Greg Popovich, I heard Greg Popovich talk about it, and he was saying, if you wanna hold people accountable, like talk to these owners. You keep asking the players. Like I hate when the media does this. What can you guys do to make an impact? Like fam. They're professional athletes. You guys care more about what professional athletes do to impact society than people who have billions, people in power, cops, everything like that. So when I heard Greg Popovich talk about it, Greg Popovich was talking about basically like, why don't you guys watch where the owners' dollars are being spent? And it kind of like, every time Greg Popovich talks, I kind of like, I rate it just because he's like insightful, you know what I mean? It's not fake kumbaya stuff like Steve Kerr, like where we all get along. Because Steve Kerr doesn't come with no insight. There's no nothing. Like obviously, because like shout out to Steve Kerr, like just in the sense like his dad got shot, right? Something about over in like I think the Middle East or something like that in the 90s. His dad got killed or something, France or something. But yeah, so his dad got killed, so like he's kind of here for like the discussion about like things that are going on in the world, obviously. But what I don't like is that he comes with like a fake kumbaya. Things can get better, and there's no solutions. There's no like hard-hitting topics. They're just, guys, we need to do better as a society, and hopefully things will get better. No, Greg Popovich is like, dog, you see what the fuck's going on in the world? This is fucked up. Like, black people are really getting killed out here every day for foolishness. So like, honestly, I kind of rate Greg Popovich. He's well respected in the league, and like, the community, like obviously basketball community, the black community, and people around there, like we appreciate Greg Popovich's and the people like Greg Popovich, and not the the kumbayas of the world. The Steve Kerr.
You know what I mean?
No, but it's real talk
And I'll be your friend.
Last but not least,
Kofi, what's on your mind, brother?
I'm gonna piggyback a little bit off of what States is talking about, killing Dante, right?
No, facts.
That it's been ridiculous, getting ridiculous. Anytime you see that shit, it's just bullshit. It gets me upset. So I've been thinking about that a lot recently. And another thing, on a little bit more positive note, it started off on some bullshit again, but the army veteran who was harassing his kid.
Yeah.
But you see how we all came together and pulled up on him?
Yo,
These guys are cowards, I'm telling you. Pulled up on him, now you don't want to leave your house. And yo, that's how it should be. When they fuck with us, yo, we unite and they don't want to see us, bro. So
yo, that video, all them squatting up at his crib, it was like
that's
like
energy.
500 people
That's
at the man's crib.
That's
Yo,
energy.
come outside, we just want to talk.
Come outside.
What's
So
up?
you have all that energy talking about your community. It's always you. And because you have white people, you always want to preface it by saying not like everybody thinks like this, but for the white people and the people in power that think like that, it's like, fam, you guys always think this is your shit. This is not. This country is not yours.
Yes.
It's just facts, fam. You stole it. So you can't sit there after you steal something. Imagine I steal your tee and I'm bumping your t-shirt in front of your face. And then I'm telling you, yo, give me those pants.
Brother Chris.
Yo, these are my pants too. Like, what? Who are you? Right? So, honestly, it's getting tired, bro. So these guys are frauds. I need a Jew said.
and with that,
Let's stop.
Let's end the show, man.
Follow me on Twitter.
Follow me on Twitter. I
Get me.
States tweets.
So yo, now we're into the money segment, man. Top capper of the week, man. The money picks, man. So yo, this week,
Winner.
What'd you go?
my record was 3-1. You
Winner.
don't know.
Gang,
Win there. What was your record, Coach?
I went 2-2.
Okay, that's decent. 50.
I want like a light 3-1, something like
GB.
I went 2-2.
Okay.
Raptor, basketball.
Okay.
Detroit.
I used to love that channel.
Detroit basketball.
Yeah, that was serious.
Yeah, that announcer was tough. So yo, this week,
Before we go, shout out the Charlotte Hornets announce team, man.
Oh,
That's
Yo, every time I think about them, I think about the bitch back y'all shooting the trade ball. Oh my god!
Shout out to those guys.
oh my god!
Making basketball funny.
Yeah. That shit.
I wish every team had an announcement like that.
Nice, bitch. Yo, why is Bismack shooting a fucking trade ball?
Oh my god! That's when you try to expand your game.
Yeah.
Just don't. Just do it.
Some guys can't do it.
Not everybody can expand their game.
Yeah.
So yes, think Siakam.
I heard that. I thought it was like a John Ross, yo.
He came from the top row.
I won't lie. I couldn't escape that video because House of Highlights, Bleacher Report.
Yeah.
Everyone was just you scroll, you're seeing that video.
Hilarious.
Yeah. So Raptors play. It's a light week, 3-game week. So Sunday,
Alright, we go
they
3-0, man.
Like,
Sunday,
you know.
they play OKC. Raptors are favored by 4.5.
Okay.
So for me, that game, I will be taking the Raptors. Full strength. By the looks of it right now, Raptors, they're in the 10th seed, so they're probably trying to make it into the play-in tournament or at least better their seeding. And I think we're going to be healthy. The guys rested yesterday, so I think we're going to be healthy. I think we win by 10 plus against OKC, so I'm going Raptors to cover that 4.5.
Yeah, I'm going Raptors. I don't think they forgot what OKC did to them last time. So this the get back right here. I'm going Raptors.
States.
What's the spread again?
4.5.
For the Raps?
Yeah, for the Raps.
And we're at home?
Yeah.
Yo, honestly, the Raps hurt my heart on these 4.5 spreads. But I'm gonna have to go to Raps. If we're full strength, we're healthy. If Kyle's playing, if Fred's playing, Emmanuel playing nice. What is it? Who's the big Gillespie?
Yeah.
He's playing nice. Shout out to these guys. I hope they're 4.5. Raptors win by 6. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, speaking about Gillespie, is he cross-eyed or something?
Yo, I was thinking that.
Did you notice it?
Yo, you know what?
It's just me.
You know the cameras.
Yeah.
Yo, you look like.
yeah, I mean, still. Alright, so you're going Raptors GB.
Yeah.
Raps lock.
Minus 4.5.
GB Raps? I'm surprised.
Take Raps first half money line.
Okay. First half it's 1.5. So yo, second game they play on Wednesday. They play the Brooklyn Nets. Raptors are underdogs 8.5.
Ha.
I will be taking the Toronto Raptors to cover the 8.5.
Is Brooklyn off a back-to-back?
Brooklyn.
You never know what
It's Harden playing.
Bro, Harden's not gonna play. But my thing is, what?
Yeah, Brooklyn plays Pelicans Tuesday.
And then they play the Raptors Wednesday?
Yeah.
Taking the Raptors.
Taking the Raptors cover 8.5.
Take the Raps cover 8.5.
Kofi.
We'll take the Raps.
Okay, so we're going Raps.
Cha-ching.
And then they play their final game of the week on what was it? Friday. Play the New York Knicks.
Knicks. Lock.
I love my Knicks, man.
Raptors are underdogs 3.5. It's the Knicks. And yo, I'm taking the Raptors. I'm taking the Raptors.
Might as well a couple of games down, so we're back.
I'm taking the
Back on the
Raptors.
bandwagon.
Cause yo, I'm peeping them.
They're
They're not even that they're in form. Yo, they're trying to win games. They wanted the playing team.
I think, I don't know, I just think the Knicks,
I
the
think-
Knicks have me. Because, like, Tibbs, like, he just has me. Because I know
He's trying to win games, bro.
Yeah.
he's cooking. Shout out to them, they're playing hard.
Bro, I'm going
We got
Knicks.
young
I'm
guys
taking Knicks
everywhere.
3.5. Who you taking States?
I'm taking the Knicks. Julius
3.5.
Randle.
GB.
Raptors.
OG is gonna hold down Julius.
No, come on.
I'm taking the Raps.
Yo, if you guys listen to me, last time we bet the Raps versus the Knicks, Julius Randle, points, rebounds, assists. Always hits.
Give me the Raps on the plus.
So you're taking the
And
Raptors.
wrap up the segment.
Okay, so that's the picks for this week.
Yo.
Once again,
Has GB picked anybody other than the Raps all season?
It's
Knicks.
been 2 weeks.
He had Knicks one time. I think he picked the Knicks.
I was only man that hit.
Yeah, really man Knicks though. I give him
No,
everybody-
no, we all
No,
picked the Knicks.
on the Spurs one.
Spurs.
Everyone picked the Spurs.
Everyone
Yeah,
picks
yeah.
Spurs.
Yeah, you
Well,
picked
that's
that's
the
that's
one of the
outta
team
here.
that's out of here. Who's that?
Yo, we're
James
watching the
game.
Jays game.
But yeah.
that's a walk.
Oh man.
Oh, so-
Perez is the problem though.
Yeah.
Salvador, problem.
Yeah,
But
we're watching the Jays.
That's the pick segment. People, everyone keeps hitting us up. They want more picks beside the Raptors game.
Yeah,
Like I
send us
said,
your topics. Show us the love that you guys
Email.
give. We appreciate all the love you guys
Email.
are dealing with us.
The
DM us if you want picks. We'll try to change. Like trust me, like shit.
Oh, it's
shit
the
on this
ninth?
side. Shit. Oh, that was a walk off. Oh
Oh.
man, you saw a walk off homer by KC.
Jay's just
Yeah.
lost.
Hit us up if you want some picks. You know, drop a change. We've been on fire. You know, just quiet with it, but we do our thing. So yo, signing off from the iPod. Let's get it.